I be peeping how they move, yeah. They don't know it, but I see just how they do, yeah. I be peeping how they move, yeah. Ain't no lying, they know hiding from the truth, yeah. Talk about it, can't deny it, I see through it, yeah. Think I'm green, thinking mama raised a fool, yeah. Talk about it, can't deny it, I see through it, yeah.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Shelly Peter, Prophet with the facts and the logic. Welcome to my channel, Read the Room. On this channel, I'm not trying to save nobody, okay? I'm trying to provide y'all with information and hopefully you can use it to save yourself. Today's video, we will be talking about the value of marriage, okay? I named it the value of a wife, but truthfully, it's the value of marriage. Today online, you'll hear and see a lot of people saying there's no point in getting married. You'll hear men say, we don't find no benefit in getting married because, 80% of divorces are filed by women. And, we end up losing all of our money in divorce. So there's no benefit. There's no benefit for us to get married. And women will say, well, today I have to work. Men want to know what I bring to the table. And plus I have to do all the housework. I don't want to become a slave. Right? And ladies, I feel you, right? I'm a newlywed, so I do got a little skin in the game, okay? I do believe in marriage. I do believe in love. I do believe that anything that you want, you can attain it as long as you have the willpower to do what it takes to get it. Okay? So without further ado, let's get into this facts and this information. The number one fact that I thought was like mind-boggling, which made me want to do all this research, is I recently found out that since 2016, married people between the ages of 24 and 35 have a net worth of 9 times that of single people and unmarried people that live together. Okay, unmarried people that live together have the same exact net worth as single people that live alone. So all of y'all that say that marriage is just a piece of paper and we don't need that piece of paper and we can do all these things without that piece of paper, I need y'all to understand that the married people that have that marriage certificate, that actually have that piece of paper, have 9 times as much paper as y'all. Let's just let that sink in. So, and I think a lot of the reason to that is because that being married is a mindset shift. I literally think it's a mindset shift, and that these statistics that I'm going to read and go over with you guys reflect the mindset shifts plus the empirical data that we just cannot deny. Okay, so you guys will see me looking at my phone and looking down at this data, because I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to tell y'all my opinions. I want to tell y'all the facts, okay? And I will give y'all my opinions, and I'll let you know when I'm switching from a fact to an opinion, all right? So let's get into it. I already talked about the 9 times net worth. 9 times net worth, all right? According to the census report, household wealth was higher with age, regardless of marital status, but married couples continue to claim the highest net worth of all age groups, and unmarried women, the lowest. So unmarried women have the lowest net worth of all people, okay? And the actual person that has the highest net worth is married men. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. All right, let's get into it. Bam. Married couples make more money at work. On average, married people make anywhere from 4% to 32% more than their single friends. Why? Why is that? Well, researchers say that the same qualifications that make a good partner also make a good employee. Okay, so some of the same qualifications that make a good partner make a good employee. All right. Also, married people internalize how their current income affects their spouse. Also, married people spend more time looking for work because they have the benefit of their spouse's income while they're on the search, which allows them to be more choosy when accepting offers. Okay, so because most married people today are in a dual income marriage, majority of married people, when they're internalize how their income affects their spouse, and when they're looking for work, they have the luxury of not just accepting anything, because for one, they have an income that is coming into the house, at least one outside of their own that's coming into the house, so they don't have to just accept anything. Mentally, they're thinking like, I can't just accept anything because I have a family to support. So they also have the luxury of of turning offers down because they have an income coming in, and in the long run they know that they're thinking about the long term effects of this, right? Versus single people typically only have their income to depend on, so they have to accept. If they get a pretty decent offer, they feel like they have to accept it right away because there's no other money coming in right now besides theirs, so they're more willing to accept the offer that even that they don't even want to accept, because honestly, out of sheer need. You need money. We need money every single day. This is America, okay? We need that paper. All right. So those are just some very interesting things. Let's talk about net worth a little bit. Net worth. Married people between the ages of 51 and 60 have a net worth on average of $600,000. Okay. Remarried people between the ages of 51 to 60 have a net worth of $450,000. Unmarried and single men have a net worth on average of $197,000 in that same age group. And unmarried and single women have a net worth of $184,000 on average in that in that age group. Now, I think that's something that's very interesting, is that the unmarried man and the unmarried woman's net worth only differ by about $13,000, which in my mind, I calculated that to be about 2.5 months worth of bills, which is not much. So these men don't have the ladies beat by too much. They're almost pretty much neck and neck as far as their net worth at their old age if they're not married. But the remarried man has a net worth of more than almost 2.5 times that of a single or divorced man, okay? Or even a remarried woman, whatever. Remarried people, it includes men and women. So remarried people are still worth more than twice as much as single or never married people, okay? And married people that have never been divorced are worth the most. They have the highest net worth. Also, married people own 69% of the housing market. So majority of the houses are owned by married people. Okay. That's very interesting to know. I just want y'all to know that that's where the money is at. The married people, they got it. They got it. Also, too, the wealth divide that we are facing in America is between married and unmarried people. So the wealth is the wealth is with the team, the people that know about teamwork, making a dream work. And the poorness is with the singles, right? Number one is just such a lonely number. One is the loneliest number. Literally. One is the loneliest number. All right. So it takes two to make things go right. No, just kidding. But all right. Bam. Married people have more money. Okay. Let's just talk about the fact that they got more money. All right. And why is that? Married people, on average, have $60,000 more than their single friends on average. And let's get into this. In 2019, the net worth of married and single households differed by $60,000, more than double the size of the gap that existed in 2010 when it was $25,000. So in 2010, married people pretty much only had about $25,000 more than their single friends. Fast forward, and that has more than doubled. Okay, so as time goes on, the wealth gap between married people and single people is actually widening. So if you want to stay single, the married people are financially going to leave all the single people in the dust. Okay, literally, they're already being left in the dust by 9 times. Okay, so married people are like lapping single people when it comes to building financial wealth. So another thing, all the wealth that these men are worried about losing, according to this data, they won't even have and would not have had without the luxury of having a wife. They say that women are multipliers. And I think that this data honestly is showing that teamwork makes a dream work. So I could take your vision and help you multiply your vision versus you just trying to execute your vision by yourself, because you're working on your vision and I'm working on the background things so that you can keep on working on your vision. That's what us women are supposed to be doing. Okay. Helping to multiply the vision. Okay. I think. And if you're the woman with the vision, and your man maybe doesn't have the vision, men still provide stability and structure. Because I know a woman like me, I am an entrepreneur, right? But because I'm an entrepreneur and I am a creative, I have many great ideas. But my husband provides a balance. He helps me to focus on one thing at a time. He keeps me from jumping all around down. He like kind of grabs me and like grounds me and brings me in like, okay, so what do you want to do again? All right, so how about you do? So he helps to balance me out. Okay, so let's get back to these facts. All right, bam. Married couples were worth only 3 times as much as single or partnered but unmarried households between 1989 and 2016. So back to what I said, the gap is widening. Since 2016, married people have like went from a jog to a sprint on y'all. Okay, they just like, and they not out of shape. Okay, they don't like, they don't like, I don't know. I'm included, right? I'm a newlywed, so I'm getting used to being included in marriage statistics. But my data is so fresh, it's not even in there yet. But me and my husband, we definitely will be part of this, part of these statistics. So, I'm not trying to count myself out now. All right, let's talk about the wealth divide, though. I was kind of getting to the wealth divide. So, to an important extent, the wealth divide in America coincides with the marital divide across the nation. So the decline in the economy kind of went hand in hand with the decline in marriage. So they both kind of declined like this. They kind of declined together. The marriage decline and the economy kind of declined at the same time. And I think that that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Why is it so? Because being married pretty much guarantees that you'll build wealth, because I think 80% of married people buy homes, okay, which is home ownership has long been considered one of the fastest and most effective ways to build wealth in the U.S. for any income group. So no matter what type of financial background you come from, buying a home is one of the number one ways that we as Americans build wealth. And married people, like it just said, in 2021, 60% of all homes were bought by married people. So, and I also just think being married definitely improves your odds of being able to buy a house, because again, you have that dual income, so your purchasing power is higher. Your debt to income ratio is probably lower, just because you have that second income just coming in. Could be a third income, because a lot of people have 2 and 3 incomes anyways. And if that's the case, it's married men out here and married women out here, and like each of them have multiple incomes. So, even if you're a single person that has 2 incomes, think about a married person and like a married couple, a husband and wife, and they both have 2 incomes. They have 4 incomes compared to your 2 incomes. They're still beating you. And if they get 1 more income each, then they have 6 incomes to your 3 incomes, So if you were to get an extra income. So single people will always be financially beat by married people, because you're just it's their strength in numbers, literally. Their strength in numbers. So on average, stably married men and women have more than $640,000 in assets. They have more than, on average, stably married men and women have over $640,000 in assets, which is heavily contributing to their net worth, versus single and unmarried people only have about $167,000 in assets, right? Which is probably their house and maybe a little bit of money they got in the bank, right? Versus married people probably have a house, maybe they have multiple houses, or a house and an investment property, a business or 2, stocks, investments, again, different financial products, annuities, mutual funds. They have more financial products. So they have on average, $640,000 on average in assets. Married people also climb the corporate ladder higher. So a lot of times your director, your executive, your manager, your supervisor, these are married people, because if you know how to run a family, you know how to run a business. These things run similar. Let's talk about marriage rates. Honestly, I don't want this video to get too long. I'm gonna try not to make it maybe about 5 more minutes. I want to get into these marriage rates. So rich people always say collaboration happens at the top, competition happens at the bottom. Something that's very interesting is that high earners, marriage rates only dropped 2%. In the past 40 years, high earners, marriage rates only dropped 2%. Collaboration happens at the top. The people at the top getting together, sticking together, pulling their resources, staying together. Okay? People at the bottom, middle class, low income people, marriage rates dropped about 20% in the past 40 years, okay? Middle class and low income people's marriage rates dropped about 20%. Also, so did their wealth. The wealth of the middle class and income also dropped about that same rate. So, because middle class and low income people decided to stop getting married, to stop combining their resources, to stop pooling, the people at the top those are the ones that's actually running circles around everybody. Okay. The people that been had it, right? Because, and it kind of makes sense, because when you don't have money, it's kind of hard to have peace. Okay. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But I think the knowledge, if you have the knowledge, then maybe you can start to get the money. That's why I believe that knowledge is more powerful than money. Okay. Knowledge is more powerful than money. That's why a lot of people that come into money, if they don't have knowledge, they lose it. You know, it's easy. A lot of things are easy to get. Most things are hard to maintain. It's easy to plant a seed. It's hard to grow a garden. Okay. It's easy to plant a seed. It's hard to grow a garden. All right. And also too, remember, an easy come up will typically be a hard get through. So if you come up easy, it's probably going to be hard for you to get through it easy, you know, so it just is what it is. Easy come, easy go. We got to put in that work, guys. We got to put in that work. We got to get this knowledge. All right. Some of the key takeaways. All y'all men who don't want to get married because you're scared of losing your wealth in a divorce, you will never have that wealth if you do not get married. Even if you got remarried, the remarried people are still, so even if you were to get married, build up a lot of wealth, which will be built up in the marriage, according to the data, most of men's wealth that actually have wealth is actually built up in a marriage. So, and it's a direct result of being married. So if the marriage breaks down, then yes, the wealth will break down. But if you get remarried, you'll still be worth twice as much as the men that never got married in the first place. Okay. So that's that. But I feel like the breakdown in us is our breakdown in communication. So I think that we need to work on our communication so that we can get together, get married, grow together, build together, get wealth together, and we can save our society. Okay. I think that marriage is the answer to saving a society, but not just getting married just to anybody. We're going to talk about how to do the work and have effective communication later. But this video right here was just to provide the financial benefits of being married. I think we need to know them. All right. Love y'all. Peace and love.
I see the demons coming out, God won't let them break me. I know the bond is the word and I ain't been forsaken. Had to take the track to church, not today, Satan. Had to take the track to church, not today, Satan. I be peeping how they move, yeah. They don't know it, but I see just how they do, yeah. I be peeping how they move, yeah. Ain't no lying, ain't no hiding from the truth, yeah. Talk about it, can't deny it, I see through it, yeah. Think I'm green, thinking mama raised a fool, yeah. Talk about it, can't deny it, I see through it, yeah. Think I'm green, thinking mama raised a fool, yeah.